With the election only days away now, the sprint is on to get every vote possible. That's certainly the case in the 2nd Congressional District. That's where a political newcomer is facing off against a longtime representative. 77-year-old Joe Wilson is seeking his 13th term in Congress. He was first elected to the position back in 2001.
I'm inspired by the people I represent. Everywhere I go, people are so concerned about the future of our country, and I share their concern, and I truly believe that I can make a difference on behalf of the people of the 2nd District.
Wilson is being challenged by political newcomer David Robinson. The 53-year-old Democrat is retired from the U.S. Army. And he tells me he's running because he feels like the district is lacking proper representation.
I see representation not there. Sometimes you have to get up and stand up and do things yourself. So I decided to get off my couch and start complaining.
And when it comes to the biggest issues in the race, both men agree that inflation is what matters most to the voters.
Oh, hey, it's inflation. It affects every family. The consequence of the Biden-Harris administration has created a 40-year high in inflation, and over 20% during the 3 years that they've been in office, which to most families is a negative $13,000. And people feel it, and they see it when they go to the grocery store.
It's a very big issue. It's a big issue that affects every family, no matter where you're from or where you're at in this district. I want to make sure we're tackling that, make sure we're bringing those costs down, make sure we're bringing inflation down. So we're going to be working very hard on that.
Another big issue, job creation, something Wilson says he's passionate about. During our recent conversation, the congressman told me he's constantly trying to bring new industry and jobs to the district.
Really, JR, about half of what I do, I think, relates to supporting small businesses and recruiting new industry and creating economic opportunity.
But Robinson says creating new jobs don't matter if the starting wages are too low.
Well, the first thing we have to do is tackle the minimum wage. $7.25 an hour is not something to live on. You know, with the high inflation, with our economy, the cost of living is going up. We want to make sure our families are actually having those dollars. So we have to fight really hard to make sure we raise that minimum wage.
And both men have different opinions on the response to Hurricane Helene. Robinson praising the federal government's efforts, while Wilson says they dropped the ball.
I'm very disappointed because, indeed, you prepare for the worst. And this was worse than worse, except that there should have been better preparation, and particularly there should have been an understanding that there would be extraordinary damage by flooding from Aiken up to western North Carolina.
Well, I think the federal government did a lot, but it depends on who we have to make sure those federal dollars are going to the right places. So we're going to make sure we work on that really hard, make sure those dollars are there, make sure we're supporting FEMA. We're hearing a lot of talk about negative information that is not true about how people can actually apply for these benefits. So I think the federal government could do a lot more, but they're doing everything they can at this moment, yes.
And now, with the election only days away, both men are making a final plea for votes.
Mr. Wilson, been in office for 23, I thank God for his service, because I've served the military myself, so I know how it is to serve our country. But he's been in it for 23 years. We have some of these same issues, these same common issues that we have. Like I said, we want to make sure we're investing in our infrastructure, investing in our education department, as well as standing up for women's reproductive rights.
I want to look at my record, and it is Joe means jobs, creating opportunity for particularly young people in our area. Also, peace through strength. I'm on the Armed Services Committee. I'm a senior member of the Foreign Affairs Committee. We need to do everything we can to address the issues.
And as you may recall, Congressman Wilson suffering a health scare a few weeks ago. He ended up getting a pacemaker and says he's doing just fine. For his part, Robinson tells me tonight that Wilson's health is not an issue in this campaign.